capture his 4th consecutive win. Rays Cardinals on Sun Sports. Welcome to Friday Night Rays, presented by the Hard Rock at Night. Tonight at Tropicana Field, interleague play continues after a day off yesterday. Tonight the Rays began a 3-game series with the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you with us. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis quite a lot throughout the evening here. Well, this St. Louis Cardinals ball club comes to town without Albert Pujols, but they also come to town tied for first in the National League Central Division. And they can give a lot of thanks to Lance Berkman. Now 35 years old, he has found the fountain of youth, and it's in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, Dwayne, coming into this season, you know, after the season that Lance Berkman had last year, a lot of people wondered how much was left in the tank. Well, you look at those numbers right there, and you say, obviously, there's plenty left. The 20 home runs, he hit 2 in the ball game yesterday, 1 from each side of the plate. The 58 RBIs, the 20 home runs is actually more home runs than he had all of last year. 58 RBIs ties him for what he drove in all of last year. The 46 walks, all 3 of those categories, he's in the top 5 in the National League. And this guy has brought his power game on the road. He's hitting over 300, and 16 of his 20 home runs have come away from Busch Stadium.
Yeah, the Cardinals don't figure to get Pujols back until sometime in August. Meanwhile, Berkman is in that cleanup spot in the lineup tonight. Now the pitching matchup for the Rays. It will be Wade Davis on the hill, making his 16th start after his 8th win. He comes in 7-5, and Jake Westbrook, the veteran right-hander, 6-4 with a .532 earned run average, will do the pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals. Tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Coventry Healthcare Pitching Matchup. Rays broadcast auction benefiting Rays Baseball Foundation and Tampa General Hospital Children's Medical Center. More when we come back.
Holiday weekend series, fans getting the sweet swinging Matt Joyce t-shirts courtesy of the St. Petersburg Times on this Friday Fest. Tonight, not only do we have baseball, we have our Rays 2011 broadcast auction. Here's a quick recap of the items you can bid on beginning in 5 minutes. 7:10 the bidding opens up and it closes at 10:15 tonight. Just go to raysbaseball.com/broadcast auction. Here we go. Item number 1, hitting lessons with Johnny Damon. Johnny will be with kids between the ages of 10 and 18, and you get up to 4 that get a group instruction for a 1-hour hitting lesson. That's item number 1. Item 2, Rays executive for a day. Lunch with Matt Silverman and Andrew Friedman, plus a private stadium tour. One of the highlights of that item, or that auction item, including 4 home plate club tickets for a mutually agreed upon date. Then we go to item 3, a day with the Rays broadcasters. You can have dinner with Dave and Andy. You can accompany Dave and Andy on the field for Joe Madden's press conference. You can spend an inning in the radio booth, an inning with me, and help out Rich Herrera with the Rays postgame show. Up next, item 4, a trip to the All-Star Game. This year it's in Phoenix, Arizona. 2 tickets to the game, 2 tickets to the Home Run Derby, airfare, hotel accommodations on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of July, and you get an American League All-Star jersey and an autograph from the Rays All-Star. The final big ticket item is item 5, the party at Tropicana Field, a suite for up to 16 guests, opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, 4 pregame passes, chance to sing the 7th inning stretch, visits to the suite by Don Zimmer and Raymond. Finally, if you don't want to sign up for one of the big ticket items, you have this opportunity. For $250, the Joe Madden Summer Social. It's going to be coming up on August 4th when the Rays play the Blue Jays. We started with 200 tickets. We've already sold 33 of those. That you can buy right now at raysbaseball.com/broadcast auction. A chance to mingle with Rays manager, coaches, and players after the game with the Blue Jays August 4th. All that throughout the night. We'll keep you updated on the bids on the 2011 Rays broadcast auction. So log on right now, and we'll be back with baseball. Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson with all the action between the Rays and the Cardinals in high definition. Wade Davis is on the mound for the Rays, and for the St. Louis Cardinals, they will have Jake Westbrook on the mound. We'll have more right after this from Tropicana Field.
By Autoway. Autoway, part of Auto Nation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. And by Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. Rays continue their homestand with the St. Louis Cardinals in town. The Rays in interleague play have won 10 and dropped 5. St. Louis 7-5 in interleague play. And let's take a look the St. Louis starting lineup. They'll have Ryan Theriot leading off, followed by John Jay and Matt Holliday. Lance Berkman in the cleanup spot. Freeze, Rasmus Molina, Hamilton, and Schumacher rounding it out. First pitch of this game from Wade Davis is a strike call.
Wade will be making his 16th start of the season. 1 earned run in 7 innings in his last start against the Astros. That was his 3rd straight win.
And a popper down the right side. Foul ball down near the bullpen mound. And Matt Joyce is there as he topped the mound. He made the catch.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up behind Wade tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Fuld, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, 3rd to 1st, Evan Longoria, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman. John Jaso behind the plate.
There's Joe Madden. He has the Rays running 3rd, 4 games back in the AL East. John Jay, the hitter. And Tony La Russa out of Jefferson High School in his 16th season as the manager of the Cardinals now. 2 balls, no strikes to Jay. Jay in right field. And for the last week plus has been averaging a run batted in per day. And the foul ball is going to be out of play. He's hitting .311. 357 on base percentage. Fouls this one away.
Oh, this St. Louis offense, #1 in the National League in batting average at .270, 2nd to the Cincinnati Reds in runs scored. Relative to the rest of the league, they don't strike out a lot. They walk a ton.
And he fouls this one back. That's why that on base percentage is right there at the top. So they've been the first division when it comes to home runs. You see the batting average there at .270. So they're in the top half of the league in power. A little tap. Kochman takes care of that with that on base percentage, and given what they do, it makes sense that they could score some runs.
The only way they really don't get it done is in the stolen base department. Near the bottom of the league, they have 35 on the year, 35 out of 54 as a team. But they will take their walks and they can slug.
2 up, 2 down here against Wade Davis. And here is one of the sluggers, Matt Holliday. Takes a strike. Sitting .325. This club's played pretty well on the road, all things considered. And a liner into left. Closing is full, and he got it! Sam Fuld strikes early tonight, right here in the 1st inning. He takes care of that sinking line drive off the bat of Matt Holliday. And that's how the holiday weekend begins. A great catch by Super Sam. Bottom of the first, we'll have Johnny Damon leading off, followed by Ben Zobrist and Evan Longoria. Joyce Upton and Kochman down the middle. Chase Oldfold and Brignac rounding it out. And they will face Jake Westbrook. Pitch outside to Damon. That's a strike.
There are the numbers on Jake this season. His 17th start, 6-4 record. The ERA high, third highest in the National League. That opponent's average 3.09, highest in Major League Baseball.
It is foul the other way. A lot of contact against Westbrook.
Yeah.
When he's successful, he will sink the ball and throw a ton of ground balls.
Well, his ground ball percentage this year is second most or second highest in Major League Baseball, over 75%. And that is the game plan with Jake Westbrook. He'll throw a little bit of a breaking ball, but it's heavy on the sinker. He's starting to cut the ball a little bit more than he has in the past. Also has a changeup. But you're right, heavy movement.
And he misses just off the plate end. The count is full to Johnny Damon. Tied with Ted Williams on the all-time hit list. And a little tap up the right side. That's going to be foul. So Westbrook will make a second 3-2 pitch. Damon 71st on the all-time list, sharing that spot with Ted Williams. Chop headed to second. Schumacher's there, and they toss to first in time. One away. And the official reinforced look at the Rays lineup. Damon, Zobrist, Longoria, Joyce Upton and Kochman, Chase Oldfold and Brignac. And Ben Zobrist leading the majors in doubles with 27. A ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Westbrook split last year between Cleveland and St. Louis. So the Rays have seen quite a bit of him. Zobrist takes a pitch outside for ball 3. It's 3-0. He made 21 starts for the Indians last year and 12 in St. Louis for the Cardinals. 3-1. He was 6-7 in Cleveland and 4-4 for the Cardinals. And now he pulls the count back full. And he will throw that pitch as soon as he gets the return throw from his catcher, if you don't step out. And another chopper, Schumacher right there. A little high on the throw, but Hamilton comes down with it.
Let's take a look at the St. Louis defense. Left to right in the outfield, Lance Berkman, Colby Rasmus, and John Jay. Across the infield, third to first, David Freese, Ryan Theriot, Skip Schumacher, and Mark Hamilton. Yadier Molina will handle the catching duties. And you know, Dwayne, you're talking about his quick rhythm. That kind of goes hand in hand because he has such a high ground ball percentage, pitches to contact. He wants those infielders on their toes.
First pitch strike to Longoria.
To be able to make plays for him. So it goes hand in hand. Hey, he knows that these guys have to make plays for him to be successful. So, you know what? Work fast, keep a good rhythm, and keep them ready.
Yeah, and those defenders love that anyway.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than standing around behind a guy who takes all night between pitches.
You get heavy in the legs, start to sink into your heels, lose that little bounce in your step.
Well, a pitcher does to his defenders what he hopes to do to a base runner by holding the ball out there.
That's right.
Well, he's doing that to his defenders, and it cuts down on their range, really, because they, in essence, run the risk of being caught flat-footed. 2-2 the count to Evan. Two ground balls already. And a liner into right. It'll stay up for Jay, who makes the catch. Rays are up and down 1-2-3, and we go to the second inning. No score.
Doing more on defense. Monday, going back. Picking the ball back up. Reigniting the engines. Tremendous catch there. And then how about tonight? Already getting into the act. It's just amazing. Sam Fuld, it doesn't matter how much time he takes off. You put him back out there in the outfield, and he is going to come up with a highlight reel catch sooner or later. And tonight, it was sooner.
He strikes early.
He does.
Well, here's Lance Berkman, switch hitting outfielder, and the pitch is upstairs. Oh, what a renaissance it has been for Lance Berkman. Pitch is down 2-0. He comes in with 20 home runs. He's fifth in the National League in runs batted in with 58. Strokes this one into right center field, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Berkman. He will stop at second with the double. His 12th double of the year. Well, he came off the Baltimore series in that final game when he hit home runs from both sides of the plate, and doubles his first time up tonight.
Now, he gets this pitch right out over the middle of the plate. You know, Lance Berkman, for as good as his numbers are, he did not have a very good month of June. But you're right, Dwayne. He finished it off strong with a big night last night. A couple of home runs, and you cannot throw that pitch to Lance Berkman right now. Lucky it just was a double and not out of the ballpark.
David Freese fouls the fastball back. That's a strike. Freese with that average of 364 through 28 games so far this year. He missed over 50 games with a fractured left hand. Pitch is down 1-1. You know, talking about Berkman, I recall last year when the Yankees picked him up, you know, he did 245 at Houston, and the Yankees got him, and he joined the club here, and he had a lot of physical issues trying to get well, and frankly, it looked that way.
Yeah. Well, you wondered too at the end of the season, how much does this guy have left? Maybe that's it. You know, that season last year, he hit under 250 for the year, hit 248. He had 14 home runs and 58 RBIs. Well, he's already surpassed all of those numbers already.
Yep, there's a strike, and the Cardinals signed him as a free agent. And when they signed him, they said, we're going to play him in the outfield. And I think most people thought, what?
Right.
You're going to play him in the outfield?
Right.
Well, it's worked out very well for him. He's gotten healthy. Ground ball right side. That's going to be charged by Joyce. Berkman will stop at third. And the first two hitters are aboard in the top of the second inning. Base hit for Freese. And Berkman stops at third, first and third. Let's check in with Todd quickly to set up our auction tonight.
All right, Dwayne, here are the latest bids. It's a 2011 Rays broadcast auction. We actually have 3 bids already for the party at the Trop. That's up to $1,100. Opening bid for a day with the Rays, $700. All-Star package, $1,500. Hitting lessons with Johnny Damon, $700. And the Rays executive for the day, we already have a bid at $700. Go to RaysBaseball.com/broadcast auction. You can also bid on the Joe Madden Rays Summer Social. Only 200 tickets available for that, guys. Back to you.
All right, here's Kobe Rasmus, the center fielder. The fastball from Davis is high. 1 ball and no strikes. A lot of great items up there we'll be talking about throughout the evening and the social. Tap right side, picked up by Zobrist. His plays at first. The run scores. Berkman crosses the plate. St. Louis breaks out in front. Freese moves into second, and Rasmus picks up the run batted in.
No chance to get a double play. This ball not hit that hard, and it was chopped, and actually becomes a close play down here at first base. Ben Zobrist fumbling around with that ball there for a second. Berkman scores, and Cardinals take that early lead.
And now it's Yadier Molina. So you can view the auction items online. Now Molina with the runner at second, and he goes for the first pitch. Slices it foul up the right side, right down that line. But fortunately for the Rays, it's sliced out of play.
Well, as you'll see through this entire Cardinal lineup, they are willing to hit the ball the other way. Almost everybody in the lineup. They've got some guys that look to pull early, but they're more than willing to shoot the ball the other way. Makes them tough to pitch to. That's why you see their offensive numbers where they're at. Molina, another one of those hitters.
This pitch in on Molina, and he pops it up foul. That will be out of play. 2 strikes. Well, Davis, his last time out, got a lot of ground ball outs, and that was an encouraging sign. The Rays would hope that they'll see more of that.
Yeah, there was a time where his ground ball percentage this year was way down, and you're right, Dwayne. It started to creep back up. See those last 3 outings, 3-0 with a 2.84.
Checks the runner at the pitch. Liner in the center. That's in there, a 1-hop base hit. Freese now will be waved around, and they're going to catch the Rays sleeping. Freese scores to make it 2-0, and Molina goes into second base. Well, Freese was going to be willing to stop at third.
Well, Freese actually froze on the line drive. Didn't know that if B.J. Upton was going to be able to get to it. And then he got a late start to third. Watch him right here. He starts to go, then stops, takes back off, and B.J. Upton just kind of lollipops this thing into the infield, and Jose Oquendo is sending Freese the whole way. And you're right. That's an embarrassing play for the Rays, because you're right. They caught him napping. That's the worst way to give up a run.
Not only that, they give up the run, but another guy moves into scoring position, and he does that with only 1 out, and it's already 2-0.
Yeah, and back to that pitch too. That was a 2-strike pitch to Yadier Molina. That was another center cut fastball right down the middle, thigh high. A couple of those mistakes have cost Wade Davis here in the second inning.
So 1 away, and it'll be the first baseman, the number 8 hitter, Mark Hamilton, stepping in. he takes a big cut at a fastball, strike one. I'll tell you, the Cardinals, they have liked what they have seen of that fastball because they've been very aggressive here the first time through the order.
Well, they've looked at the scouting report. Wade Davis, he does mix his pitches pretty well. However, early counts, first pitch, a lot of the straight stuff. And they have gone up there looking for it. Said, listen, if you get one out over the plate, turn it loose. He likes to throw at first pitch.
1-1 to count. Berkman got ahead. 2-0 in the count. Hit the double into deep right center. That has started this 2-run inning. You know, the difference, not only did that play give up a run, or lack of play actually, give up a run and allow the other guy now to be in scoring position, but it also takes away a first and third potential double play situation where you might get out of the inning.
Now you get that look on Joe Madden's face said it all. I guarantee you he is fuming right now.
But that's not the way the Rays play baseball, and as Madden would tell you, that is not the Rays' way. He just is not happy, and you can't blame him. There's a lot taken for granted defensively by the Rays, and now there's ball 4.
And what you have here is you have a very angry Wade Davis who's starting to overthrow. All of a sudden you've seen his velocity come up, and he's started to come out of his delivery a little bit because he is not happy. And so he's out there rocking and firing, and couldn't find the strike zone at that at bat.
Well, runners at first and second. It has created a bad taste. There's no question about that. And here's Schumacher, Skip Schumacher, the second baseman and the 9th place hitter. The pitch is high. The challenge for Davis right now, as you point out, he's angry.
Yes.
But he's got to command that as well as his pitches.
Yeah, this is where you take a walk. You know, he's talked a lot about making smarter decisions out on the mound. And if he needs to take his time, take his time. Well, you need to do that right now and think it through. Right. You're already 2-0 again now.
And right here, wouldn't you love to see Jaso or a catcher go to the mound?
That's absolutely. This is the time to go out there and say, hey, big fella, calm down. You make a pitch right here. We get a double play ball. We're down 2-0. We're going to have to score more than that, obviously, to win. We're going to do that. Make a quality pitch here.
And a pop-up. Foul ball. Jaso's after it. And reach again. He makes the catch. So Jaso stayed with that, reaching over the railing, holds it in. 2 gone.
Good concentration there by John Jaso. Ball right here, straight up. He finds it, and then over to that low wall. That is nicely done.
Everybody in the vicinity ducking except Jaso. He's the guy with the mitt.
Field advantage.
Here's the top of the order, Ryan Theriot. A break to second by Zobrist, but right back in there goes Molina. No throw. Pitch foul back.
Another first pitch come out of your shoe swing. Now this St. Louis ball club, they've been coached up for this ball game.
Well, they've come out with a purpose.
You see something like that, a trend work its way all the way through the lineup. That is pregame preparation.
It's low. 1-1. Cardinals coming in, averaging 4.74 runs a game. Second overall in the National League in runs scored behind Cincinnati. The Reds just left here. A little tap back to the hill. Davis with the throw to first base to Casey Kochman, and that retires the side. 2-run score. Bottom of the second coming. Rays trail. 2 with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Statson. We're happy to have join us Mark Fernandez, the Rays Senior Vice President. Mark, it's a big night here for the Rays in many ways.
It is a big night. I mean, you have a team that played right around the corner for years, so you have that great heritage. Tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, we have the Smokers, so it's really a weekend of Bay Area heritage around the Rays, but the broadcast auction is always a special event for us.
Yep. We'll talk about some of those individual items. Strike the count to Matt Joyce. Now he's behind in the count. 0-2. I don't know if you have a favorite item or not, but I've got to think that a hitting lesson with Johnny Damon would be a special outing any way you cut it.
I think it's incredibly cool. I mean, not only does it speak to how great our guys are about wanting to participate, and Johnny's done this enthusiastically, but you're talking about that once-in-a-lifetime thing for your kids to get to be on the field with him, and I bet if you're lucky, he'll even cut the sleeves off your kid's jersey for you. Get the guns going.
And that's for a group of 4.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's for not only the winning bid, but bring 3 friends.
Yep, and there's 8 field passes to go along with it, so it's a great thing for a couple of families to share, I think, too. I'd encourage people to think about doing it that way.
B.J. Upton taking the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Well, there you go, and you've got the T-shirt right down in the batting practice cap.
Oh, yeah.
And that has a chance to be personally altered by Johnny Damon.
That's the authentication process, Dwayne, that we're looking for.
That's it, and you might get him to sign it too, and then it would be a fashion item as well.
Yeah.
BA was thinking about bidding on the executive for a day. He's taken over as not only as the analyst but as our producer here. And he'd like to expand that into the executive suite.
Wait,
as well.
Dwayne, I take the lead on one project, a little mini movie that we're going to shoot, and now executive for a day?
Any of our desks are open to you. I'm sure that Andrew and Matt will happily step aside for a day. I know I will if you want to lead. I know how you like having a lot of long meetings, and so we'll set that up, a lot of sales. We'd love it, man. Come in and do it.
Well, tell us a little bit about the executive for a day. There you go. Well, there it is.
There it is. And you know what? Matt and Andrew are great about this. I mean, you can ask them whatever you want, and you can hang out and talk about the team. You're going to get the behind-the-scenes look. You're going to meet the manager. And a really cool thing is you're going to get to take the lineup card out to home plate. And you talk about a rare and unique, another once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, that's the part of it that I saw that I thought was pretty cool. I'm like, are you kidding me? Get to go out there and deliver the lineup card. And I'll tell you what, lunch, Matt Silverman and Andrew Friedman, 2 of the more down-to-earth executives that you could ever come across. That will be a fun lunch.
These are incredibly bright, engaging, really good guys. I mean, it's a real privilege to get to work with them every day. We have a lot of fun, and as you guys know, it's constant conversation and thought. And if somebody who's a big Rays fan wants to really understand the methodology goes into running this organization, that's the best way to learn it.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe make a trade at the same time.
I bet if you buy lunch and that includes dessert, you can probably talk them into something.
2-0 the count to Casey Kochman. Before we get into some more of the individual items, because we're going to continue to talk about those throughout the evening. But the whole purpose for this, you can't argue with that at all.
Well, that's exactly right. At the end of the day, Dwayne, this is really about giving our fans a chance to engage in all of this great work. In the last couple of years alone, we've delivered over $5 million of impact in this community. A lot of that in things like grants and field building in our library program. But, we've often found that we can be as impactful by giving suites and tickets and player appearances and other things. So we're so proud of the way our guys are involved. And this is really not only a celebration of all that great work and the groups we work with, but a chance to tell that story and for our fans to be part of it.
Yeah, as creative as the baseball office has been putting this product on the field, when it comes to community involvement, the creativity there is equal, I think, to what the baseball office has done.
I will tell you, and we get calls from other teams all the time about the way that our community relations and corporate sales and ticket sales folks work together. And if you look around the ballpark right now, you'll see signage for the Moffitt Cancer Center and Junior Achievement and Big Brothers Big Sisters and the United Way and the Tampa Bay Partnership. Plus, Mosaic is going to give away $100,000 this year for every home run we hit. I told them $100,000 to the food bank. Sweet Bay is doing the same thing. So much of what drives our business is about finding those community impact opportunities, and we're so proud of that.
Joyce and Upton have been called out on strikes, and Kochman has drawn a walk. Brings us to John Jaso.
So tell us, how can fans get involved? I mean, I'm sure everybody right now is bidding on these great auction items, but let's say that you miss out on the bid. How can Rays fans at home get involved with the Rays Baseball Foundation in other ways?
Well, there's ongoing auction items all the time. I would encourage people to reach out. They can call 888-FAN-RAISE. We can put them in touch with our community relations department. And whether it's our street team coming out to their school or their little league, we have a really great program with all of our employees where we go out once a month. The acronym is ECOT, the Employee Community Outreach Team, where we do large employee outreach programs and volunteer days. We pay for employee day off a month for volunteering. So we can have our employees come out and our staff and our players and participate in programs at your nonprofit as well or at your school. So there's a lot of ways to do it. We have group sales opportunities that are large fundraisers for, especially youth leagues in this community. In schools as well.
2 strikes here to J-So with Kochman at first. 2 gone.
The one that's been really fun too is, and is really Joe's brainchild, is this summer social.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, you're going to have a bunch of our guys, and they're so relaxed after the game. And I mean, you know how it is once they play a game, and they'll have a a cold Pepsi, and you can talk about the game a little bit and see them as regular guys, which is what they are. And Joe plays host to that. And it's such a special thing to get to hang out with the guys in that very casual way.
There's a limited number of those, so it's a first come, first served situation here. And that's some of what took place last year.
Yeah, it gives you an idea of how casual it is and how engaged the guys are with the fans that are there. And it really is just that comfortable. The dress is casual, the setting is casual, and the Whitney Bank Club lends itself to that so well. I heard you guys are buying tickets. Is that right?
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that we got to come.
Yeah, well, Wayne wanted to make sure that he got to come. I wanted to make sure that I had people that I could talk to.
Nice.
I am buying friends. I am in the business of buying friends without question.
We'll stack your table, no problem. We'll do a lot of nodding and smiling. And
right.
Wow, that's interesting.
Act interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Fascinating. Yeah.
J-So, after getting down 0-2, has a full count. Kochman will be off. There he goes, and the pitch hit on the ground and threw into center field. A base hit. Kochman's going to go to third. So a nice at bat for J-So to work it full and come up with the first Rays hit of the night.
I tell you what else is really exciting, I think, guys, is this all-star package. Brian knows because he played in Arizona for a while, but that ballpark is a blast. You got the pool in the outfield. It sits right downtown, and now they have light rail there, and so there's all sorts of activity nearby. And Phoenix is a lot of fun, especially at night. And that's a real once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go to the all-star game. I went with my daughter 2 years ago. We had a blast.
And the winners that do go, I'm telling you right now, you're a fool if you don't end up one night at Pizzeria Bianco. Right downtown, right by the ballpark. Are you kidding? I mean, you tell them about it.
Pizzeria Bianco is the best pizza I've ever had, and the coffee next door is the best too, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Pizzeria Bianco, that's the place. In fact, there was somebody that was actually traveling the United States that wrote a book on pizza, and that was number one anywhere.
Absolutely.
So make that part of the package.
It has to be. We'll throw that in right now. We'll call ahead whoever wins. Pizzeria Bianco on us. Done. Fantastic.
What influence you have, B.A.?
He's right. It's the best.
Yep. Ground ball out to second. Schumacher with the toss to Theriot, and that's going to retire the side. Mark, thanks for being with us. Have a fun night. I know you will. Raising all this money for a great purpose.
Well, thanks for everything you're doing, and we're so excited about the evening and looking forward to a great result. Thanks, guys.
All righty. We're at the end of 2-0 St. Louis. A couple base runners in the bottom of the second, but they strand them. And we're going to go to the third with St. Louis leading 2-0. So Wade Davis back to the hill. John Jay. And the first pitch, an opening fastball, is too high. 1 ball, no strikes. Chin on him, and he fouls it. Out of play. 1-1. St. Louis and Milwaukee in a tie for first in the National League Central. 2 games up on Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. 1-2 now.
Well, these St. Louis hitters are going to continue to come out and ambush that fastball early. One of 2 things has to happen. Either your location has to be pinpoint, or this might be a good time to start dropping some first pitch curveballs, first pitch changeup, try to take advantage of that St. Louis aggressiveness and use it against them. Get some early strikes with some off speed maybe and pitch them backwards.
A 2-2 count. Jay sends a fly ball straight away to center. Upton will go back a few steps from the track, and he makes the catch. 1 away. So with the bases empty and 1 out in the third, let's check in again with Todd.
You guys were talking about the trip to the All-Star game, Dwayne, and here we have it. It's 2 tickets to the game in Phoenix coming up in July the 12th. You have 3 nights in Phoenix, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. You also get 2 tickets to the Home Run Derby. In addition to that, you will get airfare and hotel for 3 nights. You get the American League All-Star jersey of the Rays player who makes the team, and you get a signed ball by the Rays All-Star as well. All that, go to raysbaseball.com/broadcast auction. Right now, we have had 3 bids on that All-Star package, and the current highest bid is $1,900, guys.
Well, it's heading in the right direction, and that's a great package. It gives you 3 nights for pizza. Line drive, and that's going to be in there. We'll skip to the fence. Bold, a nice job on the carom, but the throw will not quite be in time. Bold got to it quickly. Hit Brignac, who turned and made the throw to Zobrist, and it's a double for Holiday.
Now that was a hanging curveball by Wade Davis, and Holiday smoked that ball out to left field. And you're right, Dwayne. Sam Fuld back to the wall. He got to that ball so quickly, he gave the Rays a chance to get Holiday at second base. Watch this. We've talked about this. He gets to the ball, and he's got a quick release, accurate to Brignac. And that turned not as quick, and Holiday's able to get in there.
Well, the problem with the double by Holiday is that it brings Berkman to the plate with a man in scoring position and a broken bat. They're going to hold Holiday at second, and Berkman is out pitcher first.
Well, that's what we kind of talked about. If you're going to throw that first pitch fastball, if you put it in a good spot, that's fine. Lance Berkman, he wants to drive a run, and he's got a runner out at second base. Wade Davis just ate him up with that fastball in.
Here's David Freese. Freese singled and eventually scored in the second inning. Pitch is down. Freese hit .296 last year, his rookie year. Pulls it to short. Brignac throws him out. Cardinals are finished. No runs, a hit, the man left. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0, St. Louis. comfy inside. Don't forget, in tonight's game and all season, Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation. That's for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Reed Brignac leads it off for the Rays. Strike one. Johnny Damon will be next, and then Ben Zobrist. Reed quickly behind in the count. 0-2. Westbrook, this is low and in with a fastball. It's 1-2. 17th start for Westbrook. He's given up a lot of hits, and he strikes out Brignac. 107 hits coming into this game in just over 86 innings.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's AutoWay text poll question. And here it is. How will the Cardinals fare? Well, Albert Pujols is on the DL. TB1 will have a winning record. TB2 hover around 500, or TB3 they will struggle and be below 500. You text your vote to 789. 789, standard message and data rates apply.
There's a little looper. Shortstop goes out there and makes the catch. Terrio backpedaling a few feet into short left. Well, there's Albert Pujols with the fractured left wrist, and they figure it'll be sometime in August when he's back. They're hoping early August. So far, they've hovered right around 500 at 4-5 without him in the lineup. First pitch strike to Zobrist.
You go through the middle of that lineup, you're going to need Matt Holliday and Lance Berkman to continue to pick up the slack and keep them in it that way. That is a huge loss. And you saw those numbers that he puts up consistently.
Wide, 2-1. Well, the Cardinals are 6 games over 500 right now. They're 3 over at home and 3 on the road, and they've actually have been a little bit like the Rays offensively on the road. The Rays have just been ridiculous with the spread of runs scored at home and then the runs that they can produce on the road. And the Cardinals have been a productive road team. There's ball 4. And the Rays continue to struggle at home. They're down 2-0 here. The Rays have averaged better than 5.2 runs a game on the road and just a little over 3.1 runs a game here at home. Those are encouraging signs by Longoria. 17 runs batted in interleague play, and his production at home has been anemic.
Yeah, well, and 15 of those 17 came on that last road trip. The team went up to Milwaukee and then down to Houston. He had 15 RBIs on that trip.
But, you know, up and down the lineup, Damon is at 315 on the road, 221 at home. Zobrist 296 on the road, 227 at home. Longoria 294 on the road and 195 at home. BJ's the same way, 280 on the road and 156 at home. So if you've got 4 major contributors,
yeah.
I mean, these guys are good hitters.
Yes.
Those 4 guys we mentioned are good hitters.
And that's why you have to figure it's become mental at this point. I mean, obviously there's been a big deal made out of it, and guys are just pressing at home. I mean, there's just no other explanation for it. It's not like they figure it out all of a sudden when they fly to another city and forget it when they get back here.
Pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The Cardinals have a disparity, but it's not as bold not as pronounced as the Rays have. Materio hitting over 300 on the road, a little over 280 at home. Jay 333 road, 278 at home. Holiday 359 on the road and 289 at home. Berkman over 300 on the road and 287 at home. This one is down, and David Freese, their third baseman, 439 on the road and 212 at home. That's the biggest disparity there, home and away. But if you put all those together, they performed a little better on the road, but nothing like what the Rays have done on the road and at home. That's a strike, and the count's going to be full.
That's that little cut fastball he missed with the previous. He gets the call on that one. A pretty good pitch here, very close. See that little cut action.
So what you have to think is that there's some makeup due at home.
Well, you would think.
You hope so. And the pitch is down this time, low and away. Longoria takes ball 4. A couple of walks, and the Rays have base runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Matt Joyce coming up, and he's been one of the guys who has really enjoyed hitting here at Tropicana Field. He's at 278 away from the Trop and 336 here. So he might be the guy to have up right now.
Yeah.
That and the fact that if he can lay off an off-speed pitch from this guy, which is a challenge for lefties sometimes, but we'll see.
Jake Westbrook has not fared very well with runners in scoring position. He got out of a little bit of a jam in the second.
Fastball is fouled back. That's a strike.
But at some point, someone needs to break through with a big hit early in the game, and then you start to get that good rhythm in the Rays dugout, and you can start piling on a guy. But that's the hit that just has eluded them. Really feels like all season long. That big breakout hit early in a ball game.
Rays down by 2. They have 2 men on, 2 men out in the bottom of inning 3. Ball 1 strike. Laid off the off-speed pitch. Couldn't lay off that one.
That was a good changeup. I mean, that's Jake Westbrook's game against the lefties. He's heavy fastball changeup. Against righties, it's fastball breaking ball. We're going to really turn that over. Drift it right out of the zone. Get to 2 strikes.
And he's out on strikes. He just threw him another one and got him. Joyce upset with himself. 3 changeups for the strikeout. Rays lead 2 and trail by 2. Trivia question. Who holds the National League record for runs batted in a season by a switch hitter? The National League record holder for runs batted in a switch hitter. Who would that be? Pitch is down. It's a relevant question. That's the first clue. Rasmus shoots it into center field. Upton is over there for it and gathers it in. One out in the fourth, and now Todd Callis. Todd?
All right, Dwayne, the big ticket items have a bid anywhere from $800 on the Johnny Damon hitting lessons for kids 10 to 18, all the way up to $2,200 for the All-Star package. But here's a way to get involved for less if you want. For $250, you can attend the Joe Madden Summer Social, second annual. It's going to be after the game between the Rays and the Blue Jays on Thursday, August 4th. That's a day game. You can hang out at the Whitney Bank Club, hors d'oeuvres and cocktails, and a chance to meet Rays manager Joe Madden, the coaches, the players, in a relaxed atmosphere. And for $250, you get not only that post-game summer social, but you get a ticket, at a press level ticket to the game as well. There are only 200 of these available at the start of the day, and we've already sold 50 so far. One other way you can get involved, you can text RAYS, R-A-Y-S, to 50555, and that's a $5 donation when you text RAYS to 50555, a $5 donation. This one's $250, and there's other ways that you can donate as well without spending as much money. Guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you. Base is empty, 2 gone. Rick Hamilton, the first baseman, pulling away from the pitch, 1-0. So tickets for that Joe Madden social available. That is a good time and a great cause. Wade Davis delivers, and it's pulled foul. 1-2. The Yankees and the Mets are playing, and the Yankees have an early lead in that game. New York, I guess it would be New York batting in the bottom of the ninth in that one. The Mets in the bottom of the ninth are hitting, and they're trailing 3-1. Bouncing ball third base side for Longoria, and his throw's on the money. 1, 2, 3 go the St. Louis Cardinals. Bottom of the fourth, Rays coming in to hit, down by 2. Tonight, who holds the National League record for runs batted in a single season by a switch hitter. And you're looking at him. Lance Berkman in 2006 drove in 136 runs for the Houston Astros.
Also leads the league in pieces of gum chewed in left field.
Here's Upton. Dropping one inside the right field line for a base hit. He'll make the turn and hold. Jay hustling over to the line to hold Upton to a base hit.
Well, good start here for the Rays in the bottom of the 4th inning. B.J. Upton wasting no time. You want to attack our pitcher early? We'll do the same. This ball ends up middle in. You see that ball get in a little bit on B.J. Little inside out stroke there and shoots it out into right field.
So here's Casey Kochman. The Rays have had a couple of runners in each of the last 2 innings. They've left them all aboard. Upton takes his lead. Westbrook holding the ball, steps back out of the stretch. It's a different story for him. Nobody on base. He is ready to pitch as soon as he gets the ball back with the catcher. But with the runner on, particularly a guy like Upton who can steal and a move over there. And he does have a couple of pickoffs.
Couple of pickoffs. He's given up 7 stolen bases, 7 out of 10 against Westbrook. And actually, overall, the Cardinals have done a pretty good job, only giving up 34 stolen bases on the year. That's right at the top of the National League, top 3.
And they keep an eye on BJ. Upton now 4th in the American League in stolen bases.
You know, and Jake Westbrook's a guy who's he's not a big swing and miss guy, so he's a guy you may want to do a little hitting and run with. You know, Casey Kochman handles the bat well. BJ obviously can run.
He bluffs a start. Kochman takes the pitch, and that's a strike.
I wonder if Kochman right there thought that BJ was going and he was going to give him a pitch to go, because you could see his reaction to that pitch. He was not happy that he had to take that. Watch this. This is a fastball right down the middle. And watch the reaction of Kochman.
Yeah, he did that for the base runner.
Yes, he did. He saw that bluff, and you see right there the arms kind of slump like, I took that.
Now BJ goes, and the pitch is chopped to third. Freeze will make the play to first out there, and up to second base goes Upton.
Well, there you go. BJ running and Kochman trying to put the ball in play. Westbrook pitches to contact. Did not work out well for the Rays.
Now Westbrook, with Molina behind the plate, these Cardinal pitchers can do their part. I mean, that helps to shut down the opposing running game because Molina can throw the baseball.
Yeah, very good behind the plate. Receives the ball well. He does a nice job working for his pitcher as far as framing pitches. And you're right, he's got a quick release and a good arm.
John Jaso takes the pitch inside. It's 1-0. Right there, and a good take. 2-0. That time it's a strike. 2-1.
Drops this sinker right at the knees on the corner. Boy, right there.
All you need is just a little part of that corner, and that's exactly what he got. Westbrook remains mindful of Upton. And a strike call.
John Jaso, 2-0 in the count. He's looking to drive something, and Jake Westbrook has dropped 2 perfectly placed sinkers on him to get right back to even. Not much you can do about those two.
count is full. Two 4-0 for St. Louis, 0-2-0 for the Rays. Bottom half of inning 4. Ground ball by the mound. Right to Terrio, the shortstop, who was shaded toward the bag. Upton advances to third after the leadoff single. He's at third with 2 outs. And it'll be up to Sam Fuld. The Rays are to take advantage of that leadoff base hit.
Well, Sunday on Inside the Rays, we take viewers to the Tampa Bay Rays Academy in the Dominican Republic. Learn how the Rays find players, develop their baseball skills, and prepare them to advance in the Rays organization. It's all on Inside the Rays Dominican Academy, Sunday following the Rays and Cardinals on Sun Sports.
And at third for Sam Fuld. The Rays, by the way, talking about their inability to score at home, have hit 147 with runners in scoring position in their last 10 home games. And Fuld, a nice take there on a first pitch changeup. Ball 1. He strokes it up the left side, but it's foul. Foul by a couple feet. Rays 0 for 3 tonight with men in scoring position.
Well, that's something if Jake Westbrook doesn't, Sam Fuld will go the other way. He should recognize that now because, Sam Fuld is thinking, look, this guy's heavy with the sinker. I will shoot the ball to left field, take a base hit, drive a run in. So look for Jake Westbrook to come in on Fuld, maybe with that cut fastball.
He picks up a strike.
Now when you see a guy do that to you, you throw the ball away and he puts a nice swing on it and shoots it the other way, that tells you right now that's where he's looking. So I need to come in and get him off that pitch. And that's what he did right there to jump ahead.
And it's close. He did not offer. The pitch itself was pretty close. So it's a 2-2 count.
So was that swing, the changeup. Watch right here. Sam Fuld, close, but he did hold.
Darwin Danley on that appeal play down there at third base. Oh, foul ball. Holds the count at 2-2.
Now this is the time if you're Jake Westbrook to pop one back in. You've slowed him down a little bit with a couple of changeups, and you got him looking away, and you surprise him with that fastball in.
And a little chopper foul outside of third. That was a fastball, and in that general vicinity, in on him.
And it got in there too. I mean, he barely made contact with that. He had two. He's looking to protect right now. Obviously looking away. You throw him a couple changeups out there. You slow his reaction time down a little bit. You get him leaning back out over the plate, and boom, that's when you take that shot. That was the right pitch, but a nice job by Fuld to spoil it.
Oh, strike 3 call. Fuld not happy. He thought the fastball was too close. We're through 4, 2-0 St. Louis. Just a reminder to be on the lookout for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in the game tonight. First pitch to Skip Schumacher is in there. Strike one call. Davis back with the pitch down and in. Started off speed and then threw him the curveball. Gets him to chase the pitch darting down and in. Some movement on that pitch.
That was just a fastball. He kind of yanked. Swing and a miss there by Schumacher. Quick, Dwayne. What pitch do the Cardinals batters want to hit tonight?
Oh, man, that pitch is fouled out of play. This Cardinal club came out very aggressive. They were all over the fastball looking for that pitch. Scored a couple runs in the second inning. You know, despite all that, I mean, they were aggressive and picked up 4 hits. There's a line drive and a base hit. Schumacher stayed back a little bit and then stroked it in the center field. So off-speed pitch change, and he has a base hit. Let's check in with Todd.
All right, Dwayne, let's go through a couple of the items we have right now, including a day with the Rays broadcasters. This includes 4 tickets and VIP pregame batting practice passes for a mutually agreed upon home game. You get a pregame meet and greet with the Rays broadcasters. Dinner with Dave and Andy at Tropicana Field. Our current high bid is $1,000. You get to accompany Andy and Dave on the field during Joe Madden's pregame press conference. Spend an inning in the radio booth. Spend an inning with myself. And then go on the postgame radio show with Rich Herrera. Subscription to MLB TV as well. All right, item number 5, party at Tropicana Field. This is for a suite with 16 guests. It includes an opportunity to throw out the very first pitch, the ceremonial first pitch, 4 pregame passes, video board welcome during the game, opportunity to sing the 7th inning stretch, and suite visits by Don Zimmer and Raymond. That current bid is up to $2,100. Guys, back to you.
So 2 strikes the count to Ryan Theriot with Schumacher at first. That party sounds pretty good. And the summer social sounds good as well.
Both of them. How about you get to the opportunity to sing the 7th inning stretch?
Yeah, I could see someone who might want to do that. Oh, a base hit just as Schumacher took off. Brignac started to move to his left, and that left that spot open on the left side of the infield, and Theriot found it.
Yeah, that was just a ground ball to the shortstop position. You see Brignac headed over, shaded up the middle, dribbles one through, and now first 2 on here in the 5th.
John Jay. He puts down a bunt, foul, straight back, strike 1. The Cardinals with 2 runs in the second inning, and now they put the first 2 men on in the 5th. Trying to get both men into scoring position on the first pitch to Jay. Foul. 0-2.
Well, you know, the first one was a curveball. The first bunt attempt was a curveball. John Jay chased that one out of the zone, did the Rays a favor, and then right there on a fastball that's down in the zone, he really jabbed at it. Watch him go down there and get it aggressively. Squared up, set the angle. When you start moving that bat like that,
Davis got him down 0-2 and then gave him the hard stuff up and threw it by him.
Now, not a very good at bat there by Jay. 2 missed bunt attempts, and then the big fastball, 94, well placed. Look at that, right on the inside corner, elevated.
And a good time for the first strikeout of the night for Wade Davis. Now he has to face Matt Holliday. And he goes after the first pitch fastball. Pops it into shallow center. Out there is Brignac. Reed Brignac handles that. Well, he's 2/3 of the way there. Jay struck out. Holliday popped out. And Lance Berkman will be the hitter.
And he's very fortunate. Boy, oh boy, is that ball right down the middle, belt high. Matt Holliday just popped it up. Wade got away with one there.
So Berkman is 1 for 2, a double and a run scored. He opened the second with a 2-base hit. Ball popping away, start of a move at second base by Schumacher, but he thinks better of it. That would have been an interesting move up right there.
Yeah, because John Jaso hustled over to the ball, but he would have had a very long throw. That ball bouncing over towards the Rays dugout. Throw to third becomes quite the distance.
And this one lifted into left center field. Sam Fold is there and in routine fashion makes the catch. Cardinals lead 2. Bottom of the 5th coming, 2-0 St. Louis. And then the Yankees leading up to the All-Star game. As we look forward to the upcoming Braves schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men hair color. First pitch to Reed Brignac is low and outside. Speaking of outside, the pregame show will be outside tomorrow.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. A chance for everybody to tune in. Watch me sweat like a stuck pig.
Headband tomorrow or not?
I'm going Sands headband. I'm gonna let it all hang out.
We'll have plenty of liquids for you before the actual game begins.
I want to be toweled off mid-segment. That's all I want, like a boxer. Come in.
It'll be right out there by the main entrance.
Yeah.
And, so we'll remind Todd to take a towel with him.
Yeah, a little demo. Going to get into some action. Lay some knowledge on some people.
2-2. That's foul out of play. That's a pretty good outdoor look.
Yeah, it actually, it's actually not.
Fans behind you loved it. They were applauding you.
They were reading cue cards.
Two balls, two strikes. 4 strikeouts for Westbrook. Popped up, not too deep to center. Rasmus makes the catch. Grandiak is 0 for 2 in the first out in the 5th inning.
Well, this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, interleague play returns as rivals go head-to-head with bragging rights on the line as Alex Rodriguez and the Yankees take on Jose Reyes and the Mets. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 4 Eastern, 3 Central. And don't forget that the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is live from Phoenix on Tuesday, July the 12th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox.
And you can buy a couple of those tickets to the All-Star Game on tonight's Rays auction. It's a strike on the foul ball by Johnny Damon. 2 tickets to the All-Star Game in Phoenix, airfare and hotel, and more. Two strikes to count to Johnny Damon. And he's reaching for that one and out on strikes. Strikeout number 5. You know, the 17th start tonight by Westbrook. It's actually 6 strikeouts for him, and his high is 8 this year, but he's not had more than 4 in any other start except this one. Which is a strike to Zobrist.
And he's coming off an outing against the Blue Jays where he didn't even last 5 innings. He went 4 1/3. He gave up 10 hits, 4 earned runs. He ended up with a no decision in that ball game, but he has not been throwing the ball well as of late. Month of May, he was pretty good. He was 3-1 with a 3.77, but April was not very good. The ERA was a little over 6.5, and here this last month of June, he had a 5.6 earned run average.
Two pitch popped up, short left. Terrio out. So that retires the side in order. The changeup got Zobrist. 2-0 through 5, St. Louis.
...2011 broadcast auction. Here's an update on the latest bids. The party at the Trop, the suite for 16s up to $2,100. The day with the Rays broadcasters right at $1,000. The All-Star package, trip for two to Phoenix, $2,600. Hitting lessons with Johnny Damon, $1,100. Rays executive for a day, $2,000. Again, you can get more information on all these items at raysbaseball.com/broadcast auction. Don't forget, you can also join the Joe Madden Summer Social, which was a big hit last year. It is now the second annual Summer Social, as the first pitch is a called strike from Wade Davis. Last year, you see some of the pictures from the 2010 Madden Summer Social. This year, $250, a ticket to the game, and also a chance to mingle with Rays manager Joe Madden, the coaching staff, the players, and the broadcast team, of course, will be there as well. There you can see the other things. That includes the ticket at the press level. Go to raysbaseball.com/broadcast auction. We're nearing almost half of those tickets gone for tonight for the Rays broadcast auction. Once those 200 are gone, that's it. So, guys, those are all the items you can bid on. Back to you.
Okay, Todd, thank you. Freeze goes out, second to first. Zobrist. Hey, the Johnny Damon. That's gotta.
We got to ramp it up.
Yeah.
I mean, for goodness sake,
more than $1,100.
That's right. He's tied with Ted Williams.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know what? I may bid on it and try to make a comeback as an outfielder. Think about that. That actually is probably the dumbest thing that I've said here in the first half. So we're just going to retract that and get back to baseball. In fact, I'm actually going to just sit out the rest of this half inning because that was moronic.
I was speechless.
But you big-eyed me. Like, did you really just say that? I'm out. See the bottom of the sixth.
Hey, while you're not working, could you run an errand or two for us? Rasmus fouls it into the stands, and so the count is 0-2. One out, Freeze grounded out. Davis delivers into the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes. Davis giving up more hits than innings pitched coming into this game. And his walk total a little higher than he would like. So it is fouled back. Encouraging news. He had 13. We touched on it earlier. He had 13 ground ball outs in his last outing. Scattered 6 in 5 1/3 tonight. There's a roller foul. Had some command issues early in the year. Command, velocity.
Well, I'm going to jump back in. His first 9 starts, first 9 starts of the year. Talk about that command. He had 3 walks or more in 6 of the 9 starts.
There's strike 3 call. Nice pinch. He gets Rasmus looking. Second strikeout this game for Wade Davis.
Well, that was a good fastball there, right on the outside corner. Good mix of pitches, and then finish him off right there. Boy, good spot. That's such a good view.
There's Molina.
And anyway,
breaking ball drops in.
Those 3 or more walks, 6 out of his first 9 starts. He hasn't done it since. And in fact, in the 6 starts since, he's given up 1 walk or fewer in 4 of the 6. The other 2 walks. So he's done a much better job with the command. Like you said, the ground ball percentage starting to creep up a little bit. The velocity has started to get a little bit better, more aggressive from the beginning of the ball game.
One hopper out to second. Zobrist, 1 knee and the little spin, and the throw takes care of Molina. Bottom of the 6th coming. Rays down 2-0. the first inning turned in that spectacular play. Cardinals scored 2 runs. Ground ball by Rasmus got Berkman home, and a base hit by Molina scored David Freese. Meanwhile, Jake Westbrook has held the Rays scoreless on just 2 hits through 5 innings. 6 strikeouts in this game. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, middle of the order, Evan Longoria is going to lead off. 90 pitches for Westbrook tonight through 5. There's a strike. Evans has line to right. Has drawn a walk. Lays off the pitch as it dipped low and outside. Doing some research on your offensive skills, BA. Swing and a miss.
They're not good.
1 and 2.
That's why I would be taking the lessons. I'll put the ball in play for you and run the bases a little bit. Yeah.
I'm going to give you that.
Well, here's where I was not smart. Is I insisted on switch hitting. Yeah, switch hitting. Yeah, so the little bit of time that we did get to work on hitting in the National League, I would divide it up by hitting from both sides because I wanted, to be that.
It's a game of percentages.
That guy, right? The only thing that was cool about it was I did not go with the Little League helmet with the double ear flaps. I had a right-handed hitting helmet and a left-handed hitting helmet.
Well, strike 3, and that is out number 1. The 7th strikeout for Westbrook. Longoria caught looking.
Westbrook has done a nice job of keeping Rays hitters off balance. A couple of strikeouts looking with the fastball. I wonder what Evan was looking for there. That 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the outer half down, 2 strikes. I'd like to see an attempt at it.
Matt Joyce takes a little wide. Well, Longoria frustrated by that call 3rd strike he took to open this inning. It's getting to the point offensively where the Rays hitters are wondering how long must this go on. 1-1 to count. Two balls and a strike. Ground ball that's off Westbrook. He recovers and flips to first. Matt Joyce is out. So it's a pitcher first, and Westbrook found himself handcuffed by that one, but his body stopped it.
And as you can well imagine, Jake Westbrook gets a lot of these, and you're right, that ball got up above the glove into the midsection. But you know what? Jake Westbrook knows that too. He's like, yeah, I'm a ground ball pitcher, and I'm going to get my fair share hit right back at me. Nice recovery there to pick up the out.
So B.J. Upton, who singled in the 4th inning, since then 8 in a row retired by Westbrook. And this pitch from the Cardinal right-hander will be number 100 of the night. B.J. takes it. That's a strike. One and one. Center, and it's going to hang up and be caught by Rasmus. Rays are out 1-2-3 in the 6th. 2-0 St. Louis. At night. Game has been 2-0 since the second inning. We go to the seventh. Mark Hamilton will lead off. First baseman for the Cardinals. And the pitch is a strike.
You see Wade Davis making that adjustment and throwing more off-speed pitches early in the count.
One ball, one strike. Tonight the Rays holding their auction. Tomorrow we turn back the clock. Jeff Neiman's going to pitch for the Rays tomorrow night. Pitch up, and Hamilton took a rip, fouled it. It's 1-2. Cardinals have left 5. The Rays have left 5. St. Louis scored 2 runs in the second. A little lapse defensively by the Rays allowed them to score their second run. Otherwise, if they handle that the way they normally do, it's a 1-0 game. The Cardinals took advantage of that situation and scored their second run of the inning. 3-2 the count to Hamilton. And a big cut to miss. Hamilton out on a high fastball. 1 out in the 7th inning. And let's check in with Todd Callis and get an auction update.
All right, well, Dwayne, the Johnny Damon hitting lesson, surprisingly, is right now at $1,100. It is one of the lowest right now on the board, including one more we're going to tell you about in a second. Here's the deal. Johnny Damon, one of the nicest guys in baseball, will teach kids from 10 to 18, up to 4 of them, a 1-hour hitting lesson. In addition to that, you'll get 8 tickets to the Rays game, and 8 pregame field passes, Rays t-shirts, and a Rays batting practice cap for each kid, and a group photo with Johnny Damon and the kids as well. $1,100 is the current bid on that. That is also the current bid on a day with the Rays broadcasters, which includes 4 tickets and VIP pregame batting practice passes, a pregame meet and greet with the Rays broadcasters, dinner with Dave Wills and Andy Freed. You can accompany Dave and Andy on the field when they do their Little Joe Madden press conference, spend an inning in the radio booth, an inning roaming around the stadium with me. You help Rich Herrera out with a post-game show, MLB at-bat phone app, and a subscription to MLB TV, MLB.TV. That package is also sitting at $1,100. And don't forget the Madden Summer Social, $250 gets you in August 4th after the Rays play the Blue Jays to the 2nd annual Joe Madden Summer Social, a great event. Gentlemen, back to you.
So it's a full count now to Schumacher. 1 out. Base is empty. Fly ball, opposite field. Fold is there, routinely making the catch. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th inning. You know what I did find out about your hitting is that you own Mark Gardner and Andy Ashby. You own them.
What, to the tune of what?
You hit a home run off Gardner.
Yeah. Oh, that was a tough home run, too, because he actually came in relief, and I was the first hitter that he faced. So you figure come in, you're facing the 9-hole, the pitcher, get a quick out, and go to work, and I hit my only home run.
There you go.
That's a bad night.
You were 2 for 6 off Ashby.
Padres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Fly ball to center field. So Upton takes care of that. 1, 2, 3. 7th inning stretch time. A ball game. 2-0 St. Louis. by Subway. Eat fresh. Buddy's Home Furnishings with lease purchase programs are up to 6 months, same as cash, on furniture, TV appliances, and more. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. Dan Descalso is now at second base. Other changes as well. We'll get to those in a moment. Kochman is thrown out. Theriot to Berkman, who's now playing first base. Berkman moves in from left field to play first base. And Schumacher goes in to play left field with Descalso now at second base. One out into the bottom of the 7th inning. John Jaso. Pitch is low. 1 ball and no strikes. One and one. A 2-0 ball game. Both runs came in the second for St. Louis. Now 2-1. J.P. Howell staying busy in the bullpen for the Rays, and a ground ball to second. Descalso up with it. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, Dwayne, we are down to 4. The 4 greatest moments in MLB All-Star Game history are going head-to-head. To determine which is the most memorable of all time, go to MLB.com/moments and vote now for your favorite moment. And then tune in to the 2011 Major League Baseball All-Star Game on Tuesday, July the 12th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific here on Fox to find out who that big winner is going to be.
Down to 4.
That's it. We were 16 down to the final 4, baby.
First pitch to Fold is a strike. This one is too low. 1-1. Boy, I'll tell you, nothing doing against Westbrook since Upton singled to start off the 4th. 11 in a row retired by the veteran right-hander.
Well, he just continues to sink the ball, get the ground balls, and then he's racked up a few strikeouts, too.
This one moving George Hendrick out of the way down toward the bullpen.
He's had a real nice sequence of pitches going on, and, you know, Sam Fuld is a guy you go back to. That sequence that he had against him, working him away with a couple of changeup, then surprise him in with the fastball, back out away. Then he comes in. So Sam Fuld's thinking, okay, now he's going back out away. Well, he comes in again, doubles up on the fastball in and gets him looking. It's been that kind of night for Westbrook.
The pitch is down 2-2, and it was a good call. Rick Carapazza is calling the balls and strikes tonight. He's done a good job. Broken bat, a roller to the right side. Westbrook covers and takes the peg from Berkman. 1-2-3 again go the Rays, and we're through 7. 2-0 St. Louis. not yet his bedtime. J.P. Howell is the new Rays pitcher.
JP coming on for the 15th time, even up record.
He's on facing John Jay with a curveball, and that's in there for a strike.
And he's coming off an encouraging outing. His last time out against the Reds, he threw a scoreless inning, had a couple of strikeouts, hoping to build off that tonight.
1-1. Well, it doesn't make any difference, and you certainly know this because of your history, Brian. Coming off surgery is not an easy matter, and it's frustrating even when you get back there trying to do what you did before.
Yeah, and for JP, it's been a long time. I mean, he pitched right up through the 2009 season and then nothing last year. A lot of rehab, a lot of countless hours trying to get back. You see the line that last outing, but you're right. It's extremely frustrating. Then to come back, you expect it to all be there right off the bat. Sometimes it's not.
Lifted towards left center field. Turns out to be a long run by BJ, and he gets there. So that's out number one. Matt Holliday is going to be the hitter.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's AutoWay text poll. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. How will the Cardinals fare while Albert Pujols is on the DL? TB1, they'll have a winning record. TB2, they'll keep it around 500. Or TB3, they will struggle and be below 500. Well below 500.
Pitch to Holliday. There's a strike. That's the injury suffered by Albert Pujols. Wilson Betemit, the runner.
Boy, that was a good pitch there by JP. How that late movement, I think, fooled Vic Carapazza. Watch this.
Wow. That was a great pitch.
That was awesome.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. You know, that's the kind of pitch that could make a big difference. A big difference.
It's that front door sinker where a hitter will give up on it because he sees it coming towards him. Forget it. And that late little movement catches him.
2-2. So if he can finish off this outing based on the last time out and a good clean outing here with a pitch like that, and he's thrown a couple pretty good curveballs.
Yeah, that's been the last pitch to come around. You know, his velocity's been there, the command really hasn't, but the curveball at times it's been a rolling curveball, not that sharp one we're used to seeing.
This one lined into left, and Fold is right there for it. That came on a curveball,
and that was, and you see JP's head down. He knows that was a hanger. And that's what we've seen is inconsistency with that curveball, which you would figure that would be one of the last things to come around. You see that. Very fortunate to get that out. Line drive out to Sam Fold, but that pitch didn't have that sharp break that we're so used to seeing from J.P. Howell, and he's just continuing to work his way through that pitch, try to get some consistency with it.
There's Lance Berkman. Doing right-handed now against J.P. And a strike. So Berkman opened the second inning with a double, and that led to 2 runs. Homered from both sides of the plate in their game last night at Baltimore. Cardinals have played Baltimore, Kansas City, and Toronto in the interleague period. They've gone 7-5. Foul right back, and it's 2-2. They swept Baltimore in a 3-game series. Took 4 of 6 from Kansas City and lost 3 to the Blue Jays. Tony La Russa's club tied for first in the National League Central. And that pitch is down, and Berkman held up. How about the location of the pitch? Let's take a look at that.
How about that curveball?
Three and two. Oh, and that was pretty close. All four. And Berkman draws the walk. Joe Madden's wondering about the location of that pitch. He's asking the plate umpire about the location of the pitch. Well, it's been a pretty uneventful night right now, and Joe has just been ejected. It was pretty uneventful for Vic Carapazza until now. And now that Madden has been ejected, he's going to get his money's worth.
And he's also trying to fire up his team.
Yep.
He's got the fans fired up.
He's fired the fans up. That's right.
Well, Joe's got a point.
Let's take a look at that last pitch here.
It's been a pretty aggressive zone all night long, and right this fastball with that, it's that front door sinker again. I mean, I'm telling you, that is right down the inside corner.
It's a great pitch.
Sure
he did
is.
get it twice in that sequence, but now David Freese pitches a strike. Pitches a strike. Two outs and then the walk. Madden ejected for the third time this year. Dana DeMuth got him first, and then Joe West. So he was ejected in April, one game in May. He was behaving himself in June. Oh, there's another pitch. Wow. How about that one?
He is not giving that pitch for whatever reason. Another good fastball there by J.P. Howell. I mean, where do you want it?
Wow. You know, Madden was ejected in June, by the way. I'm just checking my... So that's the fourth time he's been ejected. John Toon Payne got him in June. So he's averaging one a month now.
Got this one out of the way early.
Yeah.
No drama.
It's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Important for here for J.P. Howell to not get frustrated with those calls that are not being made by Carapazza. Still just a 2-run game. You got 2 outs. You don't want to start thinking about the opportunities lost with those fastballs in and end up making a mistake.
Yeah, and a balk has been called. So that will move Berkman up to second base.
And
well,
that's part of that concentration. Yeah, I mean, he's still heated over those 3 fastballs that haven't been called. You start to lose a little bit of concentration, you make mistakes. That little flinch, little start and stop, kind of caught in between pitches right there.
And now ball 3 is down and in, a curveball. Tap foul. Jay went out on a fly ball to center. Holiday lined to left on a curveball. Berkman drew the walk. Madden was ejected. Now it's 3-2 to Freeze with Berkman up at second. He was walked up there. And that pitch is ball 4. So a breaking ball. And there are runners now at first and second with 2 outs. Adam Russell getting loose in the Rays bullpen. Now we're going to get a pinch runner. Nick Punto will run for Freeze. So Punto in to run. It'll be Rasmus, a left-handed bat in there against the lefty J.P. Howell. Fouls it back. Strike 1. Well, with first base open, Howell went to 3-2 to Freeze and then gave him a curveball and missed with that.
Now
he faces the left-handed hitter.
Yep.
Walks, and JP trying to get out of this spot here in the 8th. And a long fly ball down the right field side. That ball is fair and gone. Rasmus connects against the lefty. Hits a 3-run home run, and just like that, it's 5-0. And J.P. Howell has just been ejected. J.P. Howell has been ejected by the plate umpire as well. So there's a lot of frustration right there. And now Davey Martinez is coming out. He's having words with the Kerwin Danley. So the Rays not happy with what's happened here. And well, let's watch JP. Asking for another baseball. He got that one, and in his frustration, he threw that about halfway between first and second to throw it out of play.
Well, you can see, well, David Price is gone now. Vic Carapazza turned around to JP and kind of mouthed, "Did you throw that at me?" and then started to look around for the ball and tossed JP.
So Davey Martinez wants to square away what actually happened here, because Carapazza was not looking and then turned around and made an assumption, apparently, that JP may have thrown that ball in his direction, which he did not do. Adam Russell will be the new pitcher, and we'll be back in a moment. It's a 5-0 game. Yadier Molina at the plate. Russell's first pitch was down to him. And I think it's important that going forward, I think it's important that the young plate umpire Vic Carapazza is fully aware that J.P. Howell did not throw a ball in his direction. There's a fly ball into right field. Caught out there by Joyce to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-0 St. Louis.
After a couple of guys got tossed there, David Price and J.P. Howell in the last inning. Time now to go back to our Rays 2011 broadcast auction. Here we see the current bids. Party at the Trop, 16 people in a suite, $2,400. We've had 13 bids on that one. The Rays, a day with the Rays broadcasters, that's up to $1,600 now with a dozen bids in. The All-Star Package, trip for 2 to Phoenix, tickets to the game and the Home Run Derby, airfare, hotel, 9 bids. Our highest one's $2,600. Hitting lesson with Johnny Damon, 4 kids, 10 through 18 years old, $1,500. We have 8 bids in on that. That includes 8 tickets to a game and 8 field passes. Rays executive for a day, lunch with Matt Silverman and Andrew Friedman, and you also get a tour of the Trop, $2,400 bid. 10 bids so far on that. Now, guys, the summer social is one other way you can get involved. $250 is the price of admission, and that'll get you the Rays 2011 summer social. The 2010 Summer Social was a big hit. Here are some of the pictures from that year's event. There you see all the stuff going on in the Summer Social. Joe Madden, coaches, players, broadcasters, Whitney Bank Club, food, drinks, 200 tickets are available. We've already gone through over half of them. Once they're gone, they are gone. RaysBaseball.com/broadcast auction. RaysBaseball.com/broadcast auction with all the information. And this auction is ending at 10:15. So you've got a little less than an hour. Guys, back to you.
Lance Lynn is the new pitcher for the Cardinals. 2 strikes to count to Brignac. Pitch down and away. Jake Westbrook pitched 7 very good innings and retired the last 12 men he faced. And Lynn is on for the 5th time. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rays find themselves down by 5 now. It was 2-0 until things came apart at the top of the 8th. Boy, it was an uneventful evening up until the 8th. Tap by the mound. This is Terrio making the pickup and safe the call at first. Brignac has a base hit to lead off the home half of the 8th.
You can see Reed Brignac coming out of the box. He smelled hit. Gets a little chopper past the mound. Look at that. He went 0 to 60 right now, and he just beats out the throw by Terrio and gets the Rays their leadoff man aboard.
Well, there's that Louisiana connection, Terrio and Brignac, and Brignac beats the throw.
And how about that? The front of the bag. He goes to the shortest point. Nicely done.
Johnny Damon takes a pitch away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch wide. 2-0. Lance Lynn, 24-year-old right-hander. The starting pitcher last year in Memphis made 29 starts and was 13-10. Redyak takes his lead. Damon looks at a strike. 2-1. Well, Damon fouls it out of play. It's going to even the count. Wade Davis worked 7 innings. J.P. Howell 2/3, and Russell got the last out in the top of the 8th. And now the Rays in the bottom of the 8th trying to get something going. Redyak at first. Pitch is rolled foul. The count evens at 2-2. Cardinals have had health problems in that bullpen. And a little pop. That's back a third. And it's caught there by Descalso. Getting word that David Price and Elliott Johnson were also ejected in the top of the 8th inning. Dana DeMuth, the second base umpire and the crew chief of this crew, ejected Price and Johnson. So the Rays have had 4 separate ejections tonight, all in the 8th. Now a strike to Ben Zobrist.
Checkers double of the game. Ben Zobrist, major league leader in doubles. He's been hot in that category as of late.
Ben fouls it back. The Rays have had 2 hits. They've drawn 3 walks. They got 2 hits off Westbrook, now another hit off Lynn. So 3 hits and 3 walks. Pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Longoria is on deck. And Zobrist chases the pitch up. He got a fastball up out of the strike zone and missed it. 2 gone. The 8th strikeout for St. Louis pitching. And that will get Evan Longoria to the plate. After a fastball and fouls it back. Strike 1. Lynn had been at Memphis and had continued to start there this year. Made 12 starts, at Memphis. The record of 7-3. A tap foul. 0-2. He's on in relief of Westbrook. Right now, Fernando Salas has been the big guy in the bullpen for the Cardinals. They've had injury problems and ineffectiveness in a couple of occasions. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So they've had to piecemeal the bullpen together. Down a bit. Good look by Longoria, tracking that pitch all the way in, and it's a 2-2 count.
A couple of curveballs there by Lynn back to back.
2-2. A high fly ball, right center field. Jay on the run, still going, and that ball's going to be over its head, off the wall. Renyak will score. It's a double for Longoria, and the Rays are on the board, making it 5-1. RBI number 37 for Evan Longoria.
Now there was one shot right there to throw a fastball in. He had Longoria leaning out there following those curveballs, so he's already leaning out over the plate. Then he leaves one elevated. Good swing there. The backspin deep out into right center field. One hop the wall, and the Rays with their first run.
Well, the Rays have 4 outs to play with. They have the middle part of the order now with Longoria doubling home a run and Matt Joyce about to step in. Matt looking for his first hit. He had a tough night against Westbrook in his sinker and changeup. And a breaking ball from Lynn is in there for a strike.
Well, there were a lot of Rays hitters that had a problem with Jake Westbrook tonight. He had it all working. Had good sequencing. He had good sink on the fastball. Mixed in enough changeups and both sides of the plate. He was very, very good.
1 ball and 1 strike. Now you give up no runs and 2 hits and retire the last 12 men you face. Probably had a pretty good night, and he did. Lifted foul back, headed out of play, and it's a 1-2 count. 5 runs, 7 hits now for St. Louis. A run, 4 hits for the Rays. Cesar Ramos is loosening in the bullpen. Bouncing ball foul. A curveball. Inning for Lynn. Started by giving up the infield hit to Brignac, and Reed has scored. Joyce waits. Delivers, and it's too low. So a lot of breaking stuff here from Lynn. That 1-2 curve was low out of the strike zone, and the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. ball. He threw him a fastball. Had a little something on that one at 94. But it was in the general vicinity and to the liking of Matt Joyce.
That was an aggressive hack there by Matt. Got that fastball out over the plate. Just fouled it back. That's where you can get away with poor location because of the velocity from time to time.
Hits it out, and it's 5-3 now. Matt Joyce hitting his 11th home run of the year.
And this game just got interesting. The previous pitch, you're right, Dwayne. That's where you get your timing. Right here, they're trying to come in, never gets there. Beautiful swing there by Matt Joyce. You can tell by the reaction in the dugout. No doubt.
For Matt Joyce, his first home run since the 2nd of June in Seattle when he hit one off the left-hander Aaron Laffey. Raul Valdez up again in the bullpen. So after Dave Duncan spends some time on the mound with Lynn, B.J. Upton will step in here to face the St. Louis right-hander. Pitch is upstairs to B.J. A ball and no strikes. So the Rays make it a 3-run inning and a 2-run ball game. Strike, 1-1. BJ lifts a fly ball to center field. Rasmus is there, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Rays get right back in it. They're down by 2 now. They have 1 shot left, and here's the 2-run blow of the man of Matt Joyce that made it 5-3 through 8.
5-3 as we head to the ninth. Let's talk about two of our bigger items in our Rays broadcast auction tonight. The trip for two to the All-Star game. It includes tickets to the All-Star game, home run derby, an American League All-Star jersey, and a signed baseball by the Tampa Bay Rays All-Star player or players. You're staying at the Arizona Biltmore in Phoenix, one of the first resorts in Phoenix since 1929. It's the 10th, 11th, and 12th of July. Those are the nights you're there. Right now, the high bid on that package is $2,700. How about this one? Host a Rays party at Tropicana Field. Suite for 16 guests. Opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. 4 pregame passes. Video board welcome. Suite visits by Raymond and Don Zimmer. Currently, that bid is up to $2,600. Tonight's proceeds will benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation and the Tampa General Hospital Children's Medical Center. Gentlemen.
Well, we go now to the ninth inning. Cesar Ramos is on the hill for the Rays, and Daniel Descalso, the young infielder, leading it off. Ramos threw him a strike. He's down with this one, a fastball. It's 1-1. So it's a 2-run game, and the Rays right now going about the business of trying to hold the St. Louis lineup right where it is. And a ground ball back to the mound. The toss. Descalso out of there. Pitcher first.
Well, good start right there by Ramos. Just attacking Descalso. You need a clean inning here by the Rays bullpen. Give that offense one last shot in the bottom of the ninth.
Now Skip Schumacher will move to left field. He started the game at second base. The pitch is too low. Ball, no strikes. Schumacher had a base hit in the fifth. Bounces it foul.
A few fastballs here by Ramos in this ninth inning are better than what we've seen from him as of late. Look, like before, his last few outings started to almost aim the ball a little bit. Didn't get that real extension. Didn't look very aggressive with the fastball. These last couple have been very good. Let it fly.
Pitch in on him. Fastball again. 1-2, and that's 94.
Yeah.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, because the velocity wasn't there, and it almost was like he was short arm, like he was just trying to aim the ball in there and not rear back and let it go. This is the Cesar Ramos that we saw earlier in the year.
And he got him, a wave and a miss. So fastball, slider, 2 gone.
Oh, yeah, you work him in with the fastball, you get him defensive, and then you break out that slider. Look at that swing out in front, reaching.
Two up, 2 down, and we go to Ryan Theriot, the top of the order. The Rays going to have Casey Kochman lead off the bottom of the ninth. Pitch is too low. Ball, no strikes. And that's a strike at the knees. 1-1. Cardinals scored 2 runs in the second and 3 in that wild 8th. Pretty close right there for ball 2. 2-1, and Jaso held it there. Give him a good look.
Low tracker on the fastball.
Oh, that's right there.
I think the awkward way that John Jaso caught that ball down, reaching for it a little bit, he doesn't get the call.
And a soft looping liner into center field. Ontario has a base hit. So here's John Jay. Jay 0 for 4 tonight. A little nubber by the mound. Tough play. Barehanded. Pick up and throw. Base hit. Brignac did all he could. Jay has an infield hit.
So nobody could get to it. That ball got so far in on John Jay that there was absolutely nothing on it. Just ate him up right there. And once that got by Ramos, no chance.
So 2 men on with 2 men out. Davey Martinez will come out of the dugout. Matt Holliday is due. So Ramos will depart. The Rays make a pitching change. Back in a moment. Power bat of Matt Holliday due up.
Peralta already on for the 39th time. 2-3 record. Opponent average just over 200 at 209. Big out here.
Holliday 1 for 4. He doubled in the third. It was after that first pitch. Fastball and fouls it back. Strike 1. So the Rays trying to hold the Cardinals right here. Have a shot in the bottom of the ninth. Pickoff play at second, and the runner is back in. Zobrist putting the tag on Ontario. Well, Peralta concerned with Holliday. Holliday with 1 official at bat lifetime. He's 0 for 1 against Peralta. Swing and a miss. He swung through the fastball.
Well, you know what we're seeing from Matt Holliday is he's missing some hittable fastballs. These 2 fastballs catching a lot of plate. He fouled the one off, just missed that one. He had one earlier in the game against Wade Davis that caught a lot of plate around the thighs that he popped up.
2 men on, 2 men out, 2 strikes. Ground ball sharply hit. The great stop. It's short by Brignac. They get the force on the toss to Zobrist. Reed Brignac came up with that sharply hit ball. Got rid of it for the force play to retire the side. Rays coming in down by 2. Tonight by Checkers, Feast On, and by Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. Bottom of the ninth coming. Fernando Salas, the new pitcher. Casey Kochman's going to lead it off, and the pitch hit on the ground and just foul outside the bag at first base. Strike 1. Salas, 26-year-old right-hander.
Almost a strikeout an inning, 13 out of 15 in the saves. Opponent average under 200 at 193, and you could see from that first pitch to Kochman that little short arm action.
And a ground ball back to the mound. That's 1 out. Salas, as you saw there, 13 of 15 in the save department. He got his 13th save last night in Baltimore. He did not have a major league save until the end of April this year. There's the strike.
Yeah, he keeps that pitching arm right behind his body. He's got that little short arm action, and that ball kind of sneaks up on you. Not overpowering with the velocity, low 90s, but it jumps at you pretty quick.
It's outside. 1-1. Salas spent a little over half the year at Memphis last year, and then was with the Cardinals. Made 27 appearances with the Cardinals. The fly ball lifted into right. Jay is there and makes the catch, and so we have 2 outs now with nobody on in the bottom of the ninth inning, and the Rays are down 5-3. Sam Fold will be up there trying to work his way aboard. Fold, nothing of 3 tonight. The Rays need a base runner. He takes a strike. For the Miller Lite tastes great in this moment. Sam Fold gave us that early when he made the catch in the first on the ball hit by Matt Holliday. 1-1, and if Fold can keep this game going, Justin Ruggiano would hit next. It's a strike, and it's 1-2. So now the Rays down to their final strike, needing a base runner to have a chance. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankees have scored a run in the 8th. They lead the Mets 4-1. Game still in the top of the 8th. The Yankees hitting. And a swing and a miss. This game is over. Fold strikes out. And the Cardinals take the first game of this series. It's a 5-3 final for the Rays in the 9th inning. 3 up and 3 down. Salas will pick up the save. Westbrook the winner. He's 7-4. Wade Davis, the losing pitcher, drops his record to 7-6. Took 2 hours and 41 minutes to play this game before 19,934. Same 2 teams tomorrow, the Rays and the Cardinals, in the middle game of the series. We'll be with you at 6:30. For Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, this is Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast, if not the outcome. We'll see you next on Rays Live, the postgame.